Hello everyone, and we're back doing another Elden Ring challenge run. So let's not waste time and get into the rules. We're going to be doing a strength only challenge where I can only level up the strength stat. And glitches and or exploits are allowed, no spirit summons, must defeat all the 7 Shardbearers and beat the game. Yeah, this will be a fun one. Let's jump straight on into it. So to start things off, we're gonna spawn in and head on over to the main area. We gotta basically jump off the cliff, so we keep progressing. You could fight the boss, but it is a lot quicker if you just jump off. And then since we jumped off and we are in the Cave of Knowledge, we get the flasks. And we're gonna meet up with Melenia now. Get Torrent. He will be very useful. She gives us the ability to like level up in general. So yeah, we'll be leveling up strength. And we're gonna be getting our first weapon like 2 feet away from that grace. It's in this chest. It's a pretty good early game check. Especially like if you're doing a randomizer or whatever. But, you know, just vanilla, it's very good starting weapon. Yeah, we're going to grab the Dectus medallion pieces and the Sword Seal. This is going to give me a little bit easier time getting to Altus and give me some extra damage early in the game. And we'll kill our pot friend. Gonna have to leave this ethereal realm. Yeah, we're gonna take down Margit now. See, my damage is pretty good for this weapon, though it is a very early game. We're just gonna, you know, do a bunch of charge attacks, get the most amount of damage, and get the riposte. And just like that, we're gonna basically get Margit down, and we're gonna get another talisman pouch. And yeah, so now I can put on the Sword Seal and the Alexander pot, that talisman. Be very, very good. Can't go wrong with damage. Yeah, on to the first Shardbearer, which is Godrick. We progress pretty far into Stormvale. And we're just gonna clear him out. And he has a decent amount of damage reduction when he's chopping off his arm. And I did miss the riposte, but no worries. And yeah, I'm surprised there I did not get hit, but I'm very lucky and happy I didn't. Yeah, while Godrick's giving a spiel, we'll go get his great rune, restore it, and this is gonna give me +5 stats for every attribute. But though still within the rules, because I can only level up specifically from you know, like using my runes. So yeah, we're gonna take down Red Wolf, and we're gonna head on into the second Shardbearer. And Renala's decently easy. She can just be a bit frustrating at times because especially her second phase, she can just delay the inevitable. Yeah, we're just gonna keep cycling through, killing her I guess scholars. Yeah, once we do that, we're gonna go for the jumping R2. It's always something I recommend, following up with a charged. Gonna get a ton of free damage. Usually by that point, like if you're going quick enough, you can probably get a riposte in. Yeah, she is very weak, very easy. So yeah, another easy boss. But this is when things start to, really rile up. The is skill needed is a lot higher from this point on. So yeah, we're now into Lindell, the capital of the map. And yeah, we're gonna fight DTS. And yeah, at this point, we have 3 talisman pouches. Once you kill 2 Great Rune bosses, you are able to get a third from the round table lady, whatever her name is. And yeah, you get the 4th one from Godfree. Yeah, basically, just that one lightning attack that really throws me off right there. You have to roll at the precise time. And, at this health, there's going to be a lot of things that one-shot me. But, yeah, in Lindell is actually a very useful talisman. It's, when you're at full HP, you get, I think it's like either 20 or 30% defense increase, which is, like, very good. Even at, like, rune level 1, at, like, some ragon attacks, you can actually like fully take them with that talisman on. We're gonna head on into Moog the Omen. He isn't a Shardbearer himself, his Lord of Blood version is, but I figured we'll go this way. I always love doing the Frenzied Flame ending. So yeah, do that, take him out. I love Moog so much. He's definitely grown on me, his fight. A lot more than some of the other bosses. Yeah, Godfree is basically just Godfree, way weaker. So yeah, I mean, you can just see how much riposte damage we're doing there. Like, it is just absurd. Yeah, once we take him out, we'll get that 4th talisman pouch and head on over to Morgott. And Margit/Morgott, even though I've played Elden Ring, I would say a decent amount, I'm still quite bad at both of their phases. And so yeah, I opted to use the shackle. I figured why not? I'll just make the fight a little bit easier. And if you do use the shackle, I highly recommend just like right before, or I mean, you could actually go a little bit farther there if you didn't somehow stagger him in the like first shackle move. If you staggered him in the second one, you may be able to somehow bypass that attack. But yeah, gotta take it slow. One thing I do like about Morgott is it's very similar. I mean, it's like Melania's phase 2. It's just like it's always going. That's one thing I like about it. There's not a lot of break times, but if you mess up, you mess up, and you're gonna get hit. Luckily, with Morgott, you're usually not gonna get one-shotted, but yeah, I figured become the flame of frenzy. I definitely I enjoyed this one the most. When I first played Elden Ring, I did the Ronnie's quest line. And that was super fun. I'm definitely happy I did that my first, but I think probably like a bunch of the times I play Elden Ring now, I'm always gonna do the frenzied. Yeah, we're gonna take down some Erdtree avatars, the reskinned demons from DS1. Yeah, the good thing is we'll get a bunch of defense things. So yeah, you can see that I've got in the top left 2 defensive things. So that's gonna just basically allow me not to get one-shotted, especially at this health. And yeah, we're gonna take down this Dragonkin soldier. This is gonna give us arguably one of the best weapons in the game. Though I'm not the biggest fan of the Charge R2. I don't really use halberds all that much. It is just very good. Like Frost and Bleed are some of the best stat effects in the game. Because it pretty much works with like most bosses. While like Bleed is not all the time. So yeah, we're just gonna take him to phase 2 once he gets to about half health. Yeah, I would like to take him out before he was able to get attacked, but you know, no worries. We're just able to go in for the jumping R2. Another boss down, and another Shardbearer too. We're up to 4 at this point. Still got Reichard, we still got Melania, and we got Moog, Lord of Blood. So yeah, I figured I'll get a few more talismans. This talisman in particular is good for when you're at low health. You can get some extra damage in. And yeah, it's kind of funny. Godskin Noble is such a joke if you have status effects, but or if you're pairing too, that is definitely something. But yeah, if you're not using status effects, it can be quite a tough boss fight. But yeah, like within like a minute, we're gonna take them down and head on over to Reichard. And the good thing about Reichard is, I mean, with a lot of bosses, you know, you can cheese the crap out of them, but with Reichard, I just love his phase 2 cheese. It is just super fun. And if you don't know, I've got I think a couple videos on my channel. But you basically just want to keep using that special, that Great Serpent Hunt, and not spam it, and you'll basically just keep stagger locking him over and over, and like he won't even be able to get a hit. And it's funny too, because every time you do it, you like push him slightly, so you're like slowly pushing him into a corner. But yeah, until I see his foot about to stomp down, not really gonna like hold off just yet. I did get that stagger, so very good. But this indicates now to me that he's about to phase transition, so we're gonna do the Ash of War. Ash of War special, same thing. He just got off of ES3. Yeah, you can see he is like pretty stagger locked. You know, if you do it a bit late, you will die. And I did get pretty unlucky there. One of those like fire wells just erupted right under me. And yeah, I had like no time to react because I was already charging it up. But, you know, we got Reichard down, so that's what matters. And yeah, one of the biggest things in Elden Ring that I hate is Fire Giant. When I first started playing this, or well, hate is a strong word. I dislike. When I first played this, I very strongly disliked Fire Giant, and you know, I still do. Nothing's really changed. He's definitely gotten easier for me, but I just actually kind of reminds me of Yorm. where like if you're not using the Storm Ruler and you hit his legs, you do like, I don't know, 50 damage or something. So yeah, pretty much we're gonna be moving on. We got Fire Giant, we're gonna go into Godskin Duo. And yeah, like I did previously with just Noble, we're gonna be sleeping him. Will just give us the most damage. And yeah, like, oh gosh, you just absolutely melt them. And it's just so funny because, I mean, not super long ago, I did a RL 1+0 on this game. And man, like, it is night and day once you, like, have some damage. Like, even just RL1 to RL 1+0 is such a, like, massive discrepancy. Yeah, so I figured, you know, we were using the Dragonkin Soldier, the Halberd for a while, so we'll switch it up. We'll use whatever this weapon's called. You get it from the Weeping Peninsula, the castle down there. Yeah, I figured why not we'll use the Blasphemous Claw too. It's always so sexy once you get that parry off. And quite funny because I am quite bad at parrying in general. Works out. Yeah, that's one thing expect on this channel is Sekiro AP1, also known as Attack Power 1. It's basically the same thing as Rune Level 1 or like SL1. But like in Sekiro, most of the time, it's really hard to be like overpowered in Sekiro, at least in my opinion. Like even in Elden Ring and, you know, DS3, DS1, like if you're low level, you can be pretty OP still. But yeah, Sir Gideon, sometimes he can be the challenge run breaker or just at least a very big annoyance. And, you know, he was not this time. So thank you, Sir Gideon, the all spammy. You made my life a lot easier. Yeah, now on to the true Godfree. And yeah, I still think it's just such a shame that he had to nerf himself in Phase 2. He's so badass in Phase 1. But yeah, you just gotta watch out for his attacks. He has a bunch of attacks. I mean, like most bosses that can combo into so many different ones. But I don't know, at least for him, it just seems like it's so many. Just want to play it as safe as possible, especially with all of his grab attacks. And yeah, if you are interested in seeing RL1 hit list of Godfree / Horaloo, you're welcome to check that out on the channel. He is, yeah, one of my favorite bosses. But I know it's Phase 2. Yeah, this is the point I did mention at like RL1 and just like, you know, if you're doing any like low vigor type of challenge, you know, at this point you're probably gonna get one-shotted by anything if it hits you. So I mean, I'm gonna play it on the safe side, and we're gonna max our defense the best way we can, and that is, you know, putting talismans on, the mixed flask, and yeah, I mean, there's probably a few other things I could do. I just don't really like putting armor on. I think, you know, I like making the challenges as hard as possible, and usually once they're like hard, it's a bit more entertaining. So yeah, this is a fun little glitch that I like to do. You basically cheese commander Nile into the void below. He just plummets to his death. You deload the world. And so yeah, we're gonna grab the secret Halig tree medallion pieces. And yeah, we're gonna keep on progressing. This will give me access to the final two Shardbearers, which is Moog and Melania. And so we're gonna head into Mogwin Palace first. And there is a very good talisman here. Pretty much just for, I mean, not just, but it's very useful for Radagon and Elden Beast. There's definitely, you know, some other bosses that use Holy, and that's one thing I definitely recommend is if you're gonna do, or, I mean, you know, if you're playing for fun in Elden Ring, you know, use whatever weapon. But, you know, if you're trying to look for something optimal for bosses, I highly recommend not using a holy weapon, because most bosses are resistant to it. You know, unless it's like the Ordovus Greatsword or whatever that has an insane Ash of War, and it's just pretty good in general. But yeah, Moog is very weak to blood, even though he is the lord of it. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on bleeding him. That is the good thing about me picking up that weapon early on, is I'm able to swap Ashes of War and put on different status effects. Because yeah, you never know like what you particularly need for, you know, that boss. Because yeah, I mean, I could have went with Frost. Frost is another good option for Moog. But I figured, you know, I'm pretty low level. If I do get hit by anything, it's gonna kill me regardless. And whenever like a bleed proc happens in his arena, he does gain like a small attack boost. And I'm pretty sure it just keeps on stacking, so. Yeah, Mogwin goes down. We can see Mikola. You can hear her screaming in the back, "Please bring me back to Millania." Maybe in the DLC, Mikola, maybe. But we're gonna light these 4 flames. This will give me access to Melania's Halig tree, or Mikola's Halig tree, and Melania's. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the last boss, besides, you know, the final boss. There are a ton of bosses in this game. There's like 165, but most of them are pretty much like copy and paste, which, I mean, I'm not hating. It makes sense. This game is massive. I understand they needed to, you know, fill in the gaps places. But yeah, I mean, Loretta, kind of weird, like one of the more unique horse bosses, just because not many of the horse bosses, I mean, besides, I think she's maybe the only one that like really uses magic. Can't really think of other ones off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean, she's very simple. We're just gonna take her down. You just gotta play pretty safe and watch out for her range attacks. Make sure you roll at the right time, just so you actually avoid them. Yeah, we're gonna head on into Melania, Blade of Mikola. And yeah, Godfree, Malekith, Melania, they are my favorite bosses in this game. You know, I definitely have some other top honorable mentions, but you know, Melania is just like such a fun boss fight. She is, you know, very quick in phase 2. Phase 1, she's pretty slow. You know, when she's like not attacking. But you know, she can really rile it up. So yeah, after I got that bleed proc, I noticed that, you know, she's past a third of her health gone, and once you get there, then she'll have the ability to do her waterfowl attack. And yeah, also I like to do her flawless if I'm able to. I don't know, just a fun little extra challenge, I guess. Yeah, any attack whatsoever is not gonna save me, no matter how little. Yeah, we're gonna put her into phase 2, and yeah, we're gonna run up into her grill after she does her flower attack, and yeah, very close right there. Almost died. But yeah, I very rarely will get a stagger in phase 2 just because she does way too many attacks that you're like not able to get like a couple hits in for a while, like the flower attack, the waterfowl, the clone attack. You know, you're not able to get hits, so you can't really keep up the poise. But no worries, Melania goes down, easy peasy lemon squeezy, as some would say. And yeah, we're gonna head on into Radagon and Elden Beast. And Radagon is only weak to one status effect, and that is Frost. He is immune to everything else. And yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Radagon, some of his attacks, if you have the defense talismans and like a few other things, they will protect you from getting one-shotted at low vigor. Definitely a good choice if you're you know, doing a challenge run yourself, or you know, I don't know, you just maybe want to just only level up you know, one stat similar to like what I'm doing. And yeah, once again, it's just so crazy RL1 plus 0 compared to like just a normal run or just even RL1. Because Melania and Radagon both took me like at least over 20 minutes. And I definitely could have done it a bit faster, but I am quite a cautious player once I'm like doing RL1 or you know, RL1 plus 0. And yeah, very strange right there. I got like zipped. I'm not sure if I'm not sure what I did, if I like hit some invisible wall or something, but and yeah, Elden Beast is not weak to any status effects, but the good thing is we are in water right now. Since we're using lightning, you get that extra little bit of damage. I think it's like, I gotta say, like maybe 10% or less. It's not crazy, but it definitely adds up. So, a good choice. And yeah, 1/3 and then 2/3 health, the Elden Beast will do the rings of light and yeah, do that. And then afterwards it can do it again, but and then I would say at like about half health, he will, or it will do the Elden Stars move, which still to this day is something I really need to learn, especially for once I do the no death and no hit run. It's going to be fun and entertaining experience, I'm sure. And yeah, this is such a cool attack. I love Elden Beast attacks. They're very cinematic. But yeah, Elden Beast goes down. And yeah, that is Elden Ring strength only. And yeah, it was a pretty fun challenge run. Definitely not expecting it to be easy in some ways and, you know, difficult in other ways, you know, just managing the vigor, you know, how low it is. But yeah, well, this is playing. I'll talk about a few things coming to the channel. So yeah, I've got some Demon Souls content coming. I took a little bit of a break from Demon Souls just because I wanted to, get back into Elden Ring and start DS3 again, which is on the channel now. You guys showed a lot of love and support, and I'm very thankful to all you guys who commented, liked. It really means a lot to me. And so yeah, I don't want to spoil it just yet what's in the Demon Souls challenge run, but that was a really fun one. And yeah, I've got a few Need for Speed challenges too. I don't really do a lot of Need for Speed or just like non-Soulsborne things unless it's like Star Wars. That's pretty much like the main focus of this channel is Soulsborne type content and like Star Wars content. But I figured I saw another YouTuber do something called a Nuzlocke challenge, and uh, once again, I don't want to spoil it, but it is just insanely difficult. It was probably one of the hardest challenge runs I've done, including like some of the Elden Ring challenge runs. It's just as hard, if not harder, than some of these. And so yeah, I'm very excited to share that with you guys. And let's see, we got some Dark Souls 1 stuff coming too, and yeah, lastly is just more Elden Ring stuff. I still have the RL1 plus 0. I've been slowly editing it. I want it to be like one of my better montages. I'm taking it slow, trying to get it right. That's, I guess, the good thing about doing YouTube / content creation for a little bit is you definitely learn stuff as you go along and you learn what not to do. So uh yeah, and I definitely want to get into like some more other games that like aren't, or that are Soulsborne and aren't like I haven't played Lies of P. I played the crap out of the demo, but I just haven't played it yet. And I also purchased Lords of the Fallen, but I have not played that either. So let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. Uh, Either just like as a casual playthrough to put on the channel, or like doing some challenge runs. 'Cause yeah, I mean, I feel like the first playthrough of like any game is pretty entertaining. So yeah, let me know. Um, but yeah, you guys rock. You guys are the best. I so thankful to have this great community supporting me and helping me along the way. I see you guys on my stream sometimes. You give very useful advice for my challenge runs. So yeah, you guys rock. Thank you guys again. Stay safe. Try and do something kind for someone today if you can. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Skilled Fawn out.